Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel, and today we are talking about the 5 things that every gun owner slash shooter needs. Now, if you shoot guns, there's some things that you're gonna need. Now, you might argue with me and say, I don't need that. I prefer not to. But in all honesty, it could help you, especially if you go to the range. You could benefit from these 5 things tremendously. So let's start with number 1, your eye protection. Let me just say that when I first started shooting guns, I didn't shoot with no eyes on. I didn't know the significance of it. I didn't know why I needed eyes when my eyes were just fine without any protection over them. I was shooting, nothing was ever happening until one day I actually went to the range and I was shooting and the bullet hit off the wall, or the shell casing, not the bullet. The shell casing hit off the wall of the bay that I was in, or the stall that I was in at the indoor range, and actually went into my glasses. And if it had not been for my glasses being on my face, it probably would have did some damage to my eye, maybe burnt my eyelid, because again, it was just a shell casing. But even still, I learned from that moment on that it is always imperative that you have on eye protection, because you never know what could happen. You could get hit in the eye with a shell casing. You could have shrapnel come back and just, pop you in the eye area somewhere. But if you have on eye protection, you could limit that injury as best as possible. So I highly recommend eye protection of some sort. Now, you might get into the nitty gritty, or someone might say, make sure you get this specific type of eye protection when shooting firearms, or get this. In my humble opinion, as long as you got on eyewear, I don't think it matters. Now, if you're in a line of duty where things are pretty rough, pretty tough, then I would say, go for the higher quality eye protection. But if you're just now getting started into the firearms industry or into guns, get you some Amazon specials. I'll link these down below because I did get these off of Amazon, but they have been working. Number 2, you need ear protection. So as you can see, I have my little buds here. They are from Axle. I'm not sponsored by anybody that I'm sharing with y'all today on this video, but these are by Axle. They are a Bluetooth situation that you can use while outside shooting, and they actually allow you to not hear the gunshots, but also you're able to hear people talking, and it still blocks out the loudness of the gunshot. So they work pretty decent. Sometimes they do hurt my ears, so I'm still in the market for some other type of ear protection, because I have smaller ears and I just need something that fits like perfectly in my ear. I don't really care for the over the head protection, which is what most people use. These are the Walkers. They are also Bluetooth compatible, and they do an excellent job of allowing you to hear around you, but also blocking out that gunshot noise so it's not as loud. But the thing with over the ear head protection for me is, like, I wear earrings and they push into my earlobes and it makes it a little bit uncomfortable. So to each his own. I do also have these earbuds by Axle. These are kind of decent for me, but again, my ears are so small, and I've changed the silicone tips several times, and I still just cannot find the right one to fit my ears. So these work every now and then, but just know that there are tons of ear protection options out there. You don't even have to go this route. Some of this stuff is affordable, some of it is more on the expensive side. You can do something as cheap as disposable ear plugs. They work just as fine. So to each his own, but do protect your hearing, because you do not want to be outside shooting all the time without ear protection. You will damage your ears and your hearing and possibly go deaf at some point. The third thing that you need is a speed loader. So this right here will change some of y'all's lives, especially us ladies who like to get our nails done, or just cannot take the pressure of having to load ammo into a magazine on your thumbs. So how this works is, you grab your speed loader, you grab your magazine, and you load the black piece, and you look at your mag, make sure the numbers are in the back, and then you load it on top like so. And so you take your bullet and you place the speed loader, you squeeze it, press it down, Y'all see if I can do this without being on the table. And you place your bullet in there like so, release it, and your bullet is in there. And so you just keep doing that. Squeeze the mag loader, press it down, put your bullet in. Squeeze, press, insert. Squeeze, press, insert. And it makes it so much easier to load your magazines. Guys, I'm telling you, like, I didn't know about this little thing until a couple years ago. And you start loading it very easy and simple, as opposed to hand loading it, which once that thing gets a little bit full, the spring gets tighter and it's a little bit harder to load them. But I am, hip to the game now where I can load this a little bit easier by hand. So rabbit. And not have to use my speed loader. Now, sometimes when you get new guns, new mags, this will come in handy because those springs are super tight and you want to kind of loosen them up a little bit. But speed loader, mag loader, whatever you want to call it, they come in all different sizes and shapes. They also have ones for your rifle caliber ammo, and those work just as good as these. They're kind of shaped a little bit different. I have mine over there, but I didn't bring it, and so I'll pop a picture up here. But they have the ones where you can load up your 300 Blackout, 5.56, 223, 6.5 Creedmoor, any of those higher caliber ammos, you can do the same. The fourth thing you need is a range bag. Now, these are not in no particular order, just sharing top 5 things that every gun shooter should use or need. But a range bag is ideal for any gun shooter. The reason why is because your range bag can carry everything we just talked about thus far. And it makes it a lot easier. When you go to the range, you just pick up your range bag and have everything that you will ever need in it for you to have a successful range day or competition day or whatever the case may be for you. A range bag also allows you to just store a bunch of stuff in a compact area instead of having to carry this in this hand, that in that hand. Just being very unorganized. A range bag allows you to be super organized and have everything you need right in a bag. And the fifth and final thing that I think every gun shooter should use or have is a cleaning kit. Now, this is a cleaning kit that I got years ago with one of my guns. I think it was the Smith & Wesson Easy that I no longer have at this point. But this is what that looks like. Just a small handgun cleaning kit, and as well as having some type of lubrication. This is a 2-in-1 where it can clean it / lube it. But I think that's important. The kit, in my opinion, is not as needed as much as something like lube and cleaner are needed when you go to the range. We're talking about what every gun shooter needs, top 5 things every gun shooter needs. You definitely need a cleaning kit because that thing gets dirty, it'll start malfunctioning, you'll start having errors with your shooting because you need to clean it. And there's nothing like going to the range after you done shot several rounds, maybe even some dirty rounds through your gun, and you get to the range and it's not functioning. Well, because you probably didn't clean it. So having a cleaning kit, and especially lube with you, is ideal for every gun shooter. There are different types of kits for your rifle calibers, your pistol calibers, your shotguns, all that kind of good stuff. Just make sure you do your research, but cleaning kit is ideal, and especially have that lube on you because you gotta lube that thing up sometimes. So guys, those are the 5 things that you as a gun shooter will need. Now, there are several other things, and I'm sure you guys are gonna let me know. So drop it down in the comment section below. What other things do you think a gun shooter should have in their range bag, at the range, at a competition? Like, what do you think? If it didn't make the top 5, why should it be in the top 5? Because I think what we've shown here today are the essential top 5s. There's others, but these are the top 5 things that you need. So after sharing all that with you guys, I am about to work on my weak hand shooting, because if you've been following me a little bit throughout my competition journey, then you know that I've been struggling and I suck with my weak hand shooting. So I'm gonna take my 19X today and I'm gonna work on my left hand shooting, and I hope y'all will stay around to watch some of this happen, and then I'll let you go. right, let's take a look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the body. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 towards the head. But I did, that first one went off somewhere over there. So we're gonna keep working. And y'all get down in the comment section and tell me some tips and tricks to use for shooting with your weak hand. Oh, that's far left. Not far left, but. All right, so all of those were in the A, except 4 or 3, I don't know. Now let's go for the head. Out of ammo. All right, we got to keep working on our left hand, because when I go to competitions, there are stages where we have to shoot with our weak hand, and I don't put too much emphasis on my weak hand. But when I come to the range now, I do at least try to get in a couple sessions or a few minutes of just offhand shooting. That way I'm getting more comfortable with it and getting muscle memory. So that's all I got for y'all today. I'm gonna keep working, let y'all go, but until next time, make sure y'all are subscribed to the channel and make sure you hit the like button, because hitting the like button will suggest my videos to others like yourself who are still trying to get into the firearms industry, understand firearms, because I just like to bring educational things to you guys, because when I first got started, I didn't see much education about it, but I am now a content creator talking about all things firearms, and I hope you guys are sharing this video, like the video, so that you can get to all the necessary people it's supposed to get to. And until next time, stay armed, stay safe, and stay vigilant. Peace.